Hello, my name is Alan Rockwood. I'm the Chief Scientist for Boulder Graphics, and a lot of what I show you is based on some of my original research into surface design. I'll be showing you, introducing you to SuperD. This is our organic modeler for design, animation, industrial design. It runs efficiently and quickly on mobile devices. In particular, it's running on iPad and iPhone at the time. So everything I'm showing you is recorded real-time off of an iPad Pro. We can do very sophisticated models like the one you see here. When you first come up, you'll see a screen like this. This is your library of models. You can add to it, you can use existing models. So what I want to do is use this automobile, first of all, to introduce you to some of the rendering modes we have. In the lower left-hand corner, you can see that we can change how we render that. This is more analytic. This actually shows the polygons we're producing. We can change the number of polygons easily by going to the gearbox and sliding that back and forth, as you see here. That, of course, affects the speed. This is fast, though. None of those polygons is affected yet. Here's your classical Phong shading with the polygons, Phong shading without the polygons. We can do texture mapping, very simple projection texture mapping. This one makes a little more sense. So we make a furry car. Analytic mappings are more for the experts to view their surface, but they're kind of fun too. The box over to the right gives us several options on how to do that. And the final rendering mode is reflection maps. We can do chrome, we can do nighttime. Depends on the environment map that you want to load. So different projection modes, views, top view, side view. We bring in a cube, we go to editing mode, make that bigger, simple finger gestures. Right now on the left hand side you can see we're in camera. Finger gesture will, single finger will change the viewpoint. Again, pinching it. I can also use two fingers in the center to pan around with it. So these things are generally familiar for mobile users. The first thing I want to do then is to move into selection mode, and here is the common box select mode. So I can use one finger, scan out and select a bunch of vertices. Those vertices now show that they've been selected, and on the left I can do different actions with those vertices, such as skewing it, raising it up. So this is just moving the vertices. I can rotate the vertices, and you'll see the consequent actions to the model down below. I can scale those vertices. Again, pinching, scale them in, scale them out. And then the final action, which is quite important here, is a simple pull. So if I hit the pull button on the bottom, I'm able to lift that face up and thereby create a bunch of new faces that I can work with. So let's start over. I'm going to use the undo button in the upper right. Undo. So you can see I can undo a number of times and get back to my original model. Good review of what we can do as well. Okay, back to the original model. I'm going to design a sake cup, a simple but aesthetically pleasing object. So we'll start with what we've got there. I'm going to spread it out just a little bit. I want a little curvature on my cup. You'll see how that works. Pull it. This is going to be the height of my sake cup. I'm going to pull it one more time to sort of flatten that out. Very small pull. I'm now going to select the bottom vertices and do the same thing. I'm going to pull it slightly just to flatten out the bottom. You can see we've got a cup already. The problem with this particular cup is that it's got no inside. So I'm going to work on making that inside. This time I'm going to be more precise about it and go to a side view. So, now I'm going to pick the top vertices there. So select mode, top set of vertices. That'll get all four because I'm looking orthogonally. And now I'm going to pull that slightly. Nice. So having pulled that, I'm going to again look at it obliquely. And I'm going to scale it. I'm going to scale this inward. And this is actually going to be the thickness of my cup. You'll see in a second how that works. Go back to my oblique view. And I'm going to move that inward scaling, because it's still selected. I'm going to move it down so that it's the same height as the original cup. I'm going to move it just slightly downward, a pull. That's going to flatten off the inside of it. I'm going to pull one more time, and watch this. I'm pulling the inside. I think I'm going to pull it down to here. Pull it one more time, all the way down almost to the bottom. I want a certain thickness, remember? And now I'm going to scale it inward so that I'm kind of reflecting the inside with the outside. Something like that. I believe that's going to work. You can see on the profiles the thickness of the glass that I've made by doing this. I'm going to pull it one more time to flatten it out, as we've done before. And I think I have my sake cup. Shall we look? So, oblique view. Oh, whoops. Undo that. Go to camera to look around. That looks pretty good. Let's look at it with rendering mode. Alright, my chrome cup. Very beautiful.